SoundHound AI is a voice artificial intelligence company that came to fame when NVIDIA disclosed an investment in the company. Ever since then, thousands of investors have been interested in SoundHound AI stock. The company reported quarterly financial results on August 8th, and I wanted to review those figures here with you in this video. I'll also update my buy recommendation for SoundHound AI stock. I've never had the stock rated as a buy since I started coverage in early 2024. I've held the stock rated as a hold because the company's valuation compared with its risk profile I felt were unattractive. I'm going to update that recommendation in this video and let you know if I still think the stock is a hold, buy, or a sell. But let's look at the results first.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
Alright, SoundHound AI reported revenue of $13.5 million, which was an increase of 54% year over year. And I'd like to highlight at this point that the company's growth rate has been exceptional for several quarters now. The company is growing rapidly, and we'll see it signing new deals, making partnerships, and the growth on the top line is going very well. However, the bottom line is under pressure. The net loss came in at $37.5 million in the most recent quarter. So, in other words, it generated $13 million in revenue, but it lost $37 million on the bottom line. So it's losing almost $3 for every dollar in revenue that it generates. That's the difficulty with the business in this stage of growth, when it's focusing on expansion, on new opportunities, and it's not really focused on the bottom line all that much. And that's okay. That's okay. It's risky, but it's okay for a business to undertake this strategy. Furthermore, the cumulative subscriptions and booking backlogs increased more than doubled, or roughly doubled year over year to 723 million. Now, subscription and bookings backlog eventually turn into revenue. So with this number rising, it signals that SoundHound AI's growth rates at elevated level will likely continue for at least the foreseeable future. Now, the company also took the opportunity to prepay $100 million in debt in the quarter, saving over $55 million in interest and fees over the remaining life of the loan. This was an opportunistic financial decision from SoundHound AI. It had cash in the bank account and it used it to pay down some debt because the company's debt is likely at high interest rates, especially the debt it undertook a year or two ago before the investment from NVIDIA was disclosed, and now its cost of capital is lower than it was before the announcement of NVIDIA's investment. So now it's capitalizing on its increasing popularity to improve its capital structure, which will improve the sustainability of the business longer term. SoundHound AI is also an acquisitive company. It's made several large acquisitions, and it just announced another acquisition of Amelia to accelerate and scale SoundHound AI's customer service offering. The combined companies will bring together decades of experience in conversational artificial intelligence to offer best-in-class customer service support to a broad range of new verticals. Remember, SoundHound AI had great market share with voice artificial intelligence for customer service for restaurant businesses. This acquisition will expand into new verticals, new types of businesses that SoundHound AI can offer its voice artificial intelligence to. Also, during the quarter, it signed one of the largest pizza chains in the world on an AI roadmap to introduce SoundHound AI's phone ordering services to thousands of stores. And the pizza is one of the categories where they can benefit from voice AI to take orders over the phone. Most customers are now transitioning to ordering online or on the app, but some customers still like to call in their orders, and for those customers, it would be nice to have artificial intelligence take the orders instead of having an employee have to take the orders. It's likely the artificial intelligence will offer businesses a lower cost and it will improve operations because managing labor is one of the more difficult things about owning a pizza restaurant, owning and operating a pizza franchise. Managing labor is one of the more difficult parts of that business. So if you can help reduce the difficulty in managing labor, that's a big positive value addition to businesses. And so that makes sense. That's a great addition for SoundHound AI. Now, I said they're an acquisitive company. They also acquired Allset, which is to fast track the company's vision of a voice commerce ecosystem, a food ordering platform with nearly 7,000 restaurant partners. Allset is designed for local pickup, allowing consumers and restaurants to bypass delivery app fees. Now, SoundHound AI has talked a lot about the whole ecosystem of its business. It wants to have this sort of ecosystem where you can imagine, let's say you're driving home from work in your car and you can just speak into the microphone of your car and tell the local McDonald's or the local Chipotle restaurant that you want to order a burrito or you want to order a meal and you want to pick it up on your way home and pay for it as well on your voice AI system in your car, so that all you have to do when you get to the restaurant is have them just hand over the meal to you and you can be on your way. And that will add significant convenience to consumers, where it's much easier to order and pick up your food. It saves you time. You don't have to get out of your car. The food is ready for you, so you don't have to wait for the food to be made when you get there and make the order. So this is an area SoundHound AI wants to grow into. And it's great news for SoundHound AI stock investors that they are making inroads in this category. Speaking of automotive, SoundHound AI is now in 6 Stellantis brands with production of SoundHound AI's voice assistant with generative AI. Also, a large US manufacturer, EV manufacturer, will soon go into production with the Chat AI voice assistant across its full fleet of market-leading vehicles. This would be the first US manufacturer to integrate the voice assistant with generative AI capabilities. All right, I highlighted earlier, and we just discussed about all of its excellent growth opportunities, but the area for difficulty for SoundHound AI is cash, is the bottom line. And the company does have $201 million of total cash as of June 30th, 2024. But in the latest quarter, it went through $40.4 million in cash flow from operations. So negative $40 million during the quarter in cash. And that was worse than the negative $34 million in the same quarter last year. So as it's growing, the losses on the bottom line are increasing. The cash outflow is getting increasingly negative. And that's the difficulty with this business model. When you're so focused on growth and you're not concerned about how much it's costing the company in cash and losses on the bottom line, it really turns into a headwind, because that cash, they have 200 million, right? If they go on at this pace of negative 40 million, that's only 5 quarters, less than a year and a half of cash flow that they have available. And so if they want to continue on this pace, they've got to either reduce the cash burn or they got to go out, borrow more money, which you saw they didn't want to do. They are actually paying down debt, or they got to sell more shares, which will dilute shareholders. So that's the constraint with companies in this type of growth mode. Now, they're also increasing their business outlook to account for the acquisitions. They're now saying that they're updating their revenue outlook for 24 and 25. They now expect revenue to exceed 80 million in 2024 and revenue to exceed 150 million in 2025. So from 2024 to 2025, they expect almost doubling of their revenue again next year. So growth prospects remain excellent. Cash flow and profitability remain challenged. So SoundHound AI is now trading at a forward price to sales ratio of 15.65, which is an expensive valuation to be sure. Now, I've had SoundHound stock rated as a hold. As I mentioned, I've had it rated as a hold all year long in 2024, and I'm keeping it rated as a hold following these results. I didn't see enough progress in terms of improvement in the cash flow and net income. I don't need to see these types of companies make money on the bottom line, but I need to see improvement in those metrics. I need to see significant progress on those metrics when they're growing at these rates, and I'm not seeing that just yet for SoundHound AI. So this company remains too much of a risk compared to the potential for me to recommend a buy at this point.
Did you know that over 90% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed? It'll really help support my channel if you hit that subscribe button. And oh, by the way, one of the benefits of being subscribed is that I take requests from subscribers more often than I do from non-subscribers. So if you prefer that benefit, please subscribe to the channel.